This documents the official obstruction of Boulder's voter-approved online petitioning. Includes $250,000 of waste, fraud, and abuse. See slides 12 and 16 through 19. This presentation will show that City of Boulder staff got voters to corrupt the city's charter's direct democracy process under false pretenses, showed bias against online petitions and for Denver's e-sign, and later failed to notice working group of first reading of ordinance to begin e-sign, tried to delay online petitions a year, claiming need to amend charter again, failed for 9 months to get memorandum of understanding with state or county for database access to identify people, rejected MapLight's free offer of online petition system under false pretenses, and after promising council not to sign contract until after working group meeting, signed a $250,000 contract notarized 1 day before meeting. Background. In 2017, Boulder City Council and voters were told by the city's attorney's office that ballot issue 2Q was a city charter cleanup, and voters approved it. It was a charter mess-up. It messed up our citizen initiative and referendum process. Former longtime city council member Steve Pomerantz wrote in the Daily Camera, 2Q is by far the most dangerous measure that I've ever seen the city put on the ballot. 2Q eliminates the current well-designed functional process and substitutes the granting of arbitrary powers to the city manager to set the rules and the timing for everything, from how long the review of the draft ballot format and language will take to how long the city clerk can take to count the signatures. Any appeal would also be to the city manager. 2Q caused other problems too. The city attorney had to admit it at a December 19, 2017 meeting.
It only creates some confusion for people who are petitioners. So the idea was that you would take out the specific time limits and allow the city manager to set those. The complaint has been that this gives unlimited discretion to the city manager.
To fix the city charter and campaign finance laws, council appointed a working group by a fluke, including Mr. Evan Ravitz. The group unanimously proposed 3 new charter amendments. My proposal became ballot question 2G, which read, shall sections 38, 45, and 56 of the city charter be amended pursuant to Ordinance 8274 to allow the Boulder City Council to adopt ordinances that permit use of electronic petitions and to permit online electronic signing or endorsement of initiative, referendum, and recall petitions. We gave the first option of electronic petitions because Denver had them in the form of e-sign, which lets petitioners hand you an iPad instead of a paper petition. We didn't know then that Arizona, for 7 years, has had real online petitions for candidates, but functionally the same. Online petitions are far superior to e-sign for many reasons. Staff showed bias for e-sign and against online petitions. Here's the staff report and the working group response. The working group asked, but staff did not correct report before sending it to council. Here are the personal meetings and op-ed to allow facts to be established. November 6, 2018, voters approved all 3 working group issues overwhelmingly. Staff fails to notify working group of first reading to implement e-sign. February 7th, 2019. Assistant City Attorney David Gurr notifies working group of February 19, 2019 first reading of campaign finance ordinance, but not about first reading of ordinance to establish e-sign system instead of online petitions. The same night, Evan Ravitz misses first reading entirely. City clerk email confirms no notice given to group. March 1st, 2019. Staff finally notifies working group of public hearing and final decision at March 5th, 2019 council meeting. We have 4 days to prepare instead of 26. Council chooses online system. Staff tries for year delay. March 5th, 2019. Council overrules staff after public hearing. They choose a real online system. April 23rd, 2019. Staff, including city manager, city attorney, city clerk, IT director, etc., presents update on work plan for implementing electronic signatures for petitions to council, claiming working group successful 2018 ballot issue 2F requiring initiative signatures be compared to signatures on file, somehow now conflicts with 2G, allowing for online petitions, both of which the city attorney's office helped write and approved for the ballot. Staff asked council to consider another charter amendment, delaying online petitioning by a year. Every member of the working group repudiate the memo and council dismisses it. Staff reject free offer for MapLight. May 14, 2019, MapLight President Dan Newman flies to Boulder to demonstrate this prototype of free system they offered us, using open source code, so it would be free to other cities and states to use. MapLight's secure software runs on the California Secretary of State's website, the League of Women Voters site, etc. July 5th, 2019, Daily Camera Story. City instead announces request for proposals for online petitioning software. Staff go into dark mode, not communicating for 2 months. September 14, 2019, Camera Story. Staff asks $400,000 in proposed new budget for online petition software. This is how we learn that staff has rejected the free offer. September 23rd, 2019, 5 city council candidates co-sign a letter to city staff asking them to stop delaying online petitioning. City attorney promises council no contract before group meets.
With a vendor that we've identified through an RFP. I will remind you that this is unprecedented. No one's ever done this before anywhere in the world, done online petition signing. We have a product. We have asked the elections working group to re-engage with us. So we've scheduled a meeting on December 16th to have them go over the contract.
But staff signs contract before group meeting. At the working group meeting, which was delayed until December 18th, City IT Director Julia Richmond said a contract was signed with Runbeck. Here is the signature page, notarized December 17th. You can see City Manager Jane Bradigham's signature, as well as of the City Clerk and Assistant City Attorney. You can see the entire contract at this link. IT Director. Secretary of State and County Clerk were uncooperative. After 9 months, no memorandum of understanding. Yet, for access to state or county voter database needed to ID petition endorsers.
You know, we began in the spring talking about what this system could look like and framing it out. We also started to talk with the Secretary of State's office really early springtime, as well as the clerk's office. It took us a long time to get even a response from them because they're a bit concerned about what we're doing here. And they are ultimately responsible for this data. And so they have to be sure that we're going to take care of it when we build the system. So the reason it's taken so long to get the MOUs in place is because we've been building trust with those organizations for months, trying to get them to be cool sharing their data with us. It is a critical dependency for this system. We can't run an election without the election data from the Secretary of State's office. And so, you know, that's just, it's a linchpin of this being successful, and we have been working diligently on that with those offices. We were having a hard time talking to the Secretary of State at all, so weren't necessarily in a position to have them take on a program for the city.
Maplight free offer rejected for false reasons. City of Boulder IT Director Julia Richmond to Elections Working Group, Maplight has never built a secure website available to the public.
Maplight has never built a secure website available to the public. The websites that they've built are data aggregation websites. So they cull together public documents into easily readable forms. So the whole concept of internet security and building these secure tools was something that they had to subcontract out to a third party.
IT Director, Maplight's free system included 0 security protocols.
So Maplight proposed a free system initially in the spring before we had developed any requirements. Their free system included 0 security protocols in its initial design, and obviously that is a concern to me.
But these are all false. Maplight has built public secure websites. Maplight's free offer did include security protocols. 2 of Maplight's secure public sites, for the League of Women Voters in California and for the California Secretary of State. "35 days later, Julia Richmond left city employ and was quickly given a strategic job with the governor. In summary, city staff, 1, got voters in 2017 to corrupt city charter under false pretenses. 2, showed bias against online petitions and for Denver's e-sign, and later failed to notify working group of first reading of their ordinance to begin e-sign. 3, tried to delay online petitions 1 year by claiming charter needed amending first. 4, failed for 11 months to get MOU with state or county for database access. 5, rejected Maplight's free offer under false pretenses and after promising not to sign contract until after working group meeting, and signed a $250,000 contract notarized 1 day before meeting. Call to action.